Hey, see if they got any pie. Bring me some pie.
Sit down. The place slightly resembles an insane asylum.
Well, all you need to start an asylum is an empty room and the right kind of...
Hello.
Hey, see if they got any pie. Bring me some pie.
Sit down. The place slightly resembles an insane asylum.
Well, all you need to start an asylum is an empty room and the right kind of people.
It's the kitchen sink.
Prepare to be astonished.
Kitchen sink. Kitchen sink.
Everything.
The kitchen sink.
Woohoo!
Oh, man.
Hello.
And we're back.
Hey, we are back.
I'm the doctor.
Where'd we go?
We had a false start. I had to switch
Records.
stuff around. Yeah, I had to switch records.
We're playing the wrong side of the record.
Yeah, sorry about that.
okay.
You know,
What can you do?
just all. But here we are. Howdy.
That's bad.
I'm bad.
That's gear.
Hi.
And you're Doc.
With no official paperwork to support that claim.
True.
True.
Paperwork is a bad idea.
Right? That and what is it? The code, the barcode on your CD.
Mm-hmm.
When your band puts out the CD, forget the barcode. You don't want to be traced, right?
Yeah.
That's not needed.
Yep.
Underground bitches are nothing at all. That's right.
Wait, what?
Underground.
Suckers.
Yeah, sucker.
I actually used to have my CD at the underground, but I would never go check the sales
Yeah, right.
because I didn't want to be disappointed.
Bro, let's start it out with this. Shout out to the dude who got fired from McDonald's for putting his mixtape in the Happy Meals. You're my fucking hero, bro.
Pure hustle.
What?
100% hustle.
100% hustle.
Dude got fired from McDonald's for putting his mixtape in the Happy Meals. 100% hustle.
When?
You know what? Becky's mom, bullshit for getting him fired, you bitch. She's
Yeah.
like, what is this? This isn't my little whatever. This is
Right.
a mixtape from some rapper, and it's all about bitches in game.
Oh, was it? Was it highly inappropriate?
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't he put it in the Big Mac meal?
I don't know.
You know, don't put it in the kids' meal, right?
No,
the kid.
yeah.
But you know what? That's that target market, man.
You know what? We got to work on his marketing campaign.
Right.
Homie, reach out.
I don't know. I'm kind of down with the guerrilla marketing. That
Yeah.
that works
Oh,
sometimes.
yes.
You know what he's trying to do? He's marketing to the mothers of 2-year-olds. Hello, them
Right.
beautiful bitches. Duh.
His rap name was MC Donald's.
Yeah.
People mispronounce it as
He was-
McDonald's.
He was the daddy of the Mac Daddy. See?
Yeah. Yeah. Right next to your fries, a little salt on your mixtape. But they fired him.
It's not fair.
Man, they
That
fired.
hurts my
yeah.
heart. That was just, dude.
It was innovative.
Hire him and put him in marketing,
Yeah.
you asshole.
No
Right.
shit.
Right.
That's what you do with
That's-
that guy.
yeah, exactly.
He is the VP of marketing in charge at Happy Meal.
You gotta exploit
Right.
the strengths, man. Not shun them.
Right. Pull him back and make him make a Happy Meal mixtape. Rap about, you know,
That would be fucking
Ronald
awesome.
McDonald.
Dude.
You know, once was a guy named Ronnie Mac.
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
you guys remember in the '80s when McDonald's like sent out records in the
Yeah, I
Sunday
do.
paper?
Didn't
And,
they have like the CDs?
Yeah.
The CDs too.
I don't know, but I remember the records. They were floppy records
They
because
had
they were in the
CDs
Sunday
too.
paper.
Oh,
How
the
did I
little
miss
guys,
that?
yeah, and you could put them on your 45s. I
Yes,
totally remember
yes.
those. I'm fucking old.
And they were fucking square, and it was weird.
Yeah.
playing
Yes.
a
Yeah, you're right,
square
right, right.
record.
But I did it anyway because
Paper
it was a
thin.
square record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you know if your record had all the ingredients on it, then you won fucking something. I don't remember. But that was
$1
cool.
million.
That's nice. See, I never had one of those. I have some older ones, like one that's a shaving advertisement that was in an old magazine, and it's a record.
Oh shit.
And it's got Rosemary Clooney freestyle singing
Damn.
with Louis Armstrong and Frank Sinatra.
What?
And they're just singing on this little thin vinyl
Yeah.
about a shaver.
Holy shit,
You know, like
dude.
get up in the morning and shave. It's a wonderful world if you
Oh
shave.
my god.
And it's all on this vinyl. I looked it up. It's worth $7.
Fuck you.
I'm like, this thing's from the 40s.
It's
the
more
50s.
than the magazine that it came in.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, you know, at the time.
yeah, that's true.
You need to inflate the price, Doc. You need to go in like,
Inflate
hustle. Again, hustle.
Start buying them all up, and then you can set the price
Right.
whatever you want.
that. Right. Well, that rapper, his mixtape is available at Burger King.
Yeah.
Right?
And Wendy's.
That would be smart.
Yeah, that would be the only thing that would bum me out slightly, would be if I got it, my kid played it, and it was horrifyingly inappropriate. But other than that, just put on the CD, hand this to your parents.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, right.
like, give it to your mama.
Right, that's what
Instead of get it from your mama,
Right.
you give it to your mama.
That's right.
She give it to her mama.
Or maybe put it in the salads. That'll get right to Mama.
There you
Look,
go.
Becky, you need this in your life. Trust
Right.
me, Becky, you need this in your life. Yes,
yeah,
you
and
do.
she's not Becky with the good hair either.
No, she ain't Becky with the good hair. She's Becky at the mall.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, Bad. Throw in one more disgusting pop reference.
Oh, God.
I don't know if he
I don't-
knows any, because he's like
Bad's too
that.
cool for pop references.
Like Beyonce,
I
Becky
can't.
with the good hair.
His would be a metal reference.
Yeah, it would be. It would be
And
like
it'd be
a,
Maybe like
life-changing.
punk. Yeah.
it would be
Wow,
like a
good punk
Lexi
thing,
from
yeah.
Children of Bodom with the good hair reference, because he does have really good
He
hair.
does have really good hair.
He's beautiful. He's a pretty little man, and he's a little man. We met him, and he's
Really
like
small, yeah.
shorter than me, and I'm
Right.
really
About
short.
the same.
We're about the same size. So he's like 5'3".
That's a little guy.
Yeah, I'm
That's action
5'3". I'm
figures.
not a big person.
Action figure.
Yeah,
Put
he's,
you in my pocket.
he's fun
You would
size.
be.
Right,
He's
right.
a fun size metal dude.
Yeah.
So, I just like the world.
There's a
is,
lot of fun-sized metal dudes. Didn't we lose
Yeah.
our one of my favorite fun-sized
Ronnie
metal
James
dudes?
Dio.
Yeah.
And the Angus from AC/DC recently passed.
What? When did he
Angus.
pass?
I thought he died a few
Not
months
my
ago.
Brother.
I don't think so.
If I'm wrong,
I think it was his brother.
our guy that spins around playing the guitar on stage. If I'm
No, yeah, born 31 March 1955. He's not dead.
so he was just sick.
No,
He was sick. I s-
Brian left AC/DC,
How
so maybe that morphed into somebody died. So yeah, this is my
No,
job,
no,
Doc.
Somebody did
Oh, I totally know. I just
Like
can't believe I
10,
believe it.
25 years ago, the other guy who
No.
sang died.
No. There was a guitar player.
That died recently.
somebody who played on one album in 1973.
I stand
Jesus
corrected
Christ.
because I thought it was the guy
Yeah,
who
it's
just
not
showed.
Angus Young. He's not.
Yeah, I was completely wrong.
We
He
can't-
was
you
just
know-
sick. He came out of it.
This is what's happening now because I work in FM radio
That's
and I
right.
work in active rock, but across from me is classic rock, and every other day there's some guy who played on some album who died, and
Right.
it's like, did you hear that the guitarist for Blood or Do died? And I'm like, oh my god, that guy? And they're like, no, he played backups on an album back, and I'm like, fuck you!
So you're just
Don't
like,
freak me out!
Original lineup,
Right?
or
no,
not?
No, not original.
Yeah, we need
lineup.
clarity.
No, so what happened with
Yeah,
AC/DC?
Malcolm Young.
When?
18 November.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
That was like 3-4 months ago.
But if you think,
Sorry, I'm so over that.
but if you think about how run down my brain is, that's
And
pretty.
in
That's
radio
pretty
time.
straightforward thinking.
And in radio
Radio
time,
time,
sorry,
that was
that
days
was
and days
fucking
ago.
forever
Yes.
ago because I'm already on to the next lineup of Bloody Blue. Yeah. Dee Dee Da.
What's up, Mama? We
Hey,
doing
will
it.
you flip that lever up there?
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Turn it towards me.
Yes.
Ah! Doc has
Oh,
power!
Unleash the fury.
The power is in my hand.
That's the water.
That's the fury valve.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I wanted to throw out the first pitch
Where?
for the show.
We'll do it.
Well, I have to have a baseball and we have to throw it against the wall. But I thought that would be a great way to start the show.
Jesus.
And then we need we should have someone come in and sing the anthem. Freestyle it with their
That
own.
our flag was
Was
still
Possibly
there.
not there ever.
What?
I want
know.
Leslie Nielsen to sing the
Right.
anthem.
Yes.
Yes. We'd have
Bunch
to have
of bombs in the air.
Leslie Nielsen and Weird Al could rewrite it, and I would probably salute that quicker.
I was very sad when Leslie Nielsen passed away, by the way.
Wait,
I did a
Leslie
whole-
Nielsen, the guitarist for AC/DC?
Yeah, he
The one
died
who used
yesterday
to spin around on stage while you
Yeah.
would play guitar?
in the little girl
Schoolboy outfit.
girl
Yeah.
uniform. You know, he had the pigtails.
I love Angus's conviction. I love when a musician will just keep to it.
What I love is my cousin's ex-husband who used to pretend to be Angus. Oh my god,
What?
that's weird.
What? Like stolen identity?
Like, tribute?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It's not scary.
Cover band.
But it's like that's like an Elvis impersonator, but that you know.
That's still
And is-
alive. The
yeah.
guy's still alive.
The
Like,
guy's
if Elvis
alive.
was still alive and you were still, like, that's just weird, right? Isn't
Oh
that
yeah.
weird?
The carb is just.
Dude,
sometimes it's a penalty.
It bit back.
It bites back
Yeah.
sometimes. That's why I don't know what's going on with that.
Whatever. So, I mean, I don't think we're going to be very serious today because the world is fucked.
Well, yes, we are the kitchen sink, so the only thing we don't do is wash dishes.
I stopped paying attention months ago.
Okay, we're a little out of it. We're a little lazy, and it's because we haven't had coffee. And here's why we haven't had coffee.
It
According
causes
to an
cancer.
LA judge, it's cancerous.
Wait, L.A.?
Yeah, it was in LA, but he's
Son of a bitch.
Starbucks is the first
What
one.
is
They
this then? What
oh,
is
there's
this in this
cancer.
cup?
There's cancer
Oh,
in there.
this is coffee.
Yeah, and it has to do with the mass brewing. It has to do, with them. McDonald's has the same problem. There's a toxin released in it, that causes cancer or whatever like that.
Yeah, it's called caffeine.
Well, right. I don't get what we're doing with sink.
Wait. So when you mass brew coffee,
Right.
there's something in it that's supposedly a carcinogen.
Yes, carcinogen is the exact term.
Only when you mass brew it.
I gotta look it up.
Like what
for
constitutes a
clarity.
mass
Right.
brewing?
Right. When they.
I mean, how much
they-
coffee do you have to brew?
They're mentioning
before it's
Starbucks
cancerous?
and McDonald's and
Denny's.
Kaleidoscope Coffee wouldn't do that to you.
Well, wait, but with
They would
Denny's,
not.
because they don't mass brew. They brew, like,
Right.
Oh,
Once at a
hot.
time, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm fucking confused.
And so does fucking McDonald's, I thought.
No, they
Or they just
brew
get it like
the-
pre-made and then
No,
mix it with water type shit.
they make the big, like,
Yeah, the
vats
big
of
one,
it,
yeah.
Well, see, I
Oh
thought.
shit, we got one of those at work.
See, I thought
We're
it would be
gonna
the
die.
chemical that keeps it extra hot. I thought it would be that chemical that gave you cancer, but they're not saying it's that. It's something else.
Glass.
No. I gotta look it up.
weird,
I'll
yeah.
bring better information. But I couldn't read past cancer and coffee. If I didn't have coffee, where would I put my butter?
Coffee and cigarettes,
Right.
man.
Well,
We provide our own cancer with our coffee.
it's just
Well,
they're
we kill cancer with our coffee because sometimes we put cannabis in our coffee and then they're, hello.
There you go.
yes, it should help.
I know what's wrong. This is dirty.
Oh, yes, it is.
And that's what's happening. You
Okay,
need to
let's
clean
change.
It, so,
Let's change.
Yeah. I figured out the secrets of the ages. What are you doing over
Well,
there?
She held up a Richard Pryor album and she said, "What's wrong with this is that it's dirty." And
Fucking white horse. I love him.
Yes,
He's great.
he was great.
I wanted to bring something up because I was watching some bullshit yesterday, Like I do. I watch a lot of bullshit so I can disseminate bullshit for you. And I was thinking to myself, wow, these fuckers don't get it, dude. Like, these fuckers don't get what's going on with these kids in Parkland. I just don't think they get it. They're like, well, ha ha ha, this is cute. These kids are gonna blah 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 blah, but change isn't gonna really happen. And I'm like, I don't think these fuckers get it. Like, really, like, honestly, I don't think that the media, the mainstream media, any outlet, I don't care which side you're on, quote unquote, they don't get that these kids are not here just for, they thought that it was just the march, right? They were like, okay, the march, it's done, and the kids will be done. These kids are not done. These kids have not even started. These kids are in it for the long haul. These kids are, I think that these mainstream media outlets are not used to having their hair raised by people saying, you're a fucking Nazi. But we on the internet get that all the time. Like, every day somebody calls you a fucking Nazi, like a billion times a day. So what I'm trying to say is these kids are used to that. That's the culture that they grew up in, is idiots going over the top and going, well, you're Hitler. So there, Hitler.
And
so,
if they can adjust to that.
if they can adjust to that and it rolls off of them like it's nothing, it doesn't do that for my generation.
Right.
We get pissed off. We go,
Right.
well, fuck you. I'm not a fucking Nazi. I'll fucking murder your family. But these kids are like, oh, yeah, well, suck it, you know?
They'll call your advertisers, Laura Ingraham.
Yes, they will. I was so
Right?
proud of that. I mean, oh my God, I have been trying to take Laura Ingraham off the air for fucking 30 years, you know, or however long she's, you know, been in my orbit, and this kid might get it done with a tweet.
These people, the media that we're referring to, it seems like they see these kids and they relate them to like YouTube stars and internet sensations that sought out a platform. These kids didn't seek out a platform. These kids went to school one day.
Yeah.
The craziest thing that could happen that day at school happened.
Fucking happened.
And now they are motivated to action. Nobody wants all your guns. Nobody wants your hunting guns. But they're motivated to action. And the energy that these quote-unquote adults have, this motivating energy to attack these kids or to berate them or to take away from these kids their ability to deal with this pain how they want to. Like, we don't tell each other how to deal with adversity. You adjust to it. You deal with it on your own terms. These are their terms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not for, you know, Backwoods Bob to say something about.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Or to, you know, talk bad about him. Or Laura Ingraham thinking it's funny that the one kid with a 4.2 didn't get accepted to colleges and she thought that was funny. And she, you know, that's what it's all about, is she's having to pay for clowning a kid. And any adult that clowns a kid should be in trouble for it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no shit.
Back up.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would like to say this to anyone who is not understanding what the California... Hi, I want to caress you. We're touching each other now. Anybody who doesn't understand the California transfer student system, I had a GPA similar to David's. I had amazing GPA, amazing extracurriculars, etc. I got accepted into fucking Harvard, but not Humboldt State in California, because California is very committed to its Californian students. I didn't live in California, so they were not accepting transfer students that did not live in the state. That's the problem with David. It's not his GPA. It's not all of this badass shit that he has going on. It's the fact that the UC and the USC, or the UCS, whatever, the California state system doesn't accept transfer students from upper divisions or even lower divisions when it has to serve its students in state.
Right.
So it will not accept people from out of state. It has nothing to do with your GPA or how much of a badass you are. Like I said, I legitimately got into Harvard and legitimately did not get into a California State University. That happened. I did not go to Harvard. I went to a Washington State college because I wanted to study something else. So, and they had the program, and Harvard did not. Right. So that's a reality in our state here in California. Right. You can't get into these colleges if you don't live in California.
4.2.
Yeah.
The only time Laura Ingraham had a 4.2 was when you checked your IQ.
Right.
I mean, simple as that. I don't know how you attack a 4.2. And these kids have to be able to vent. They have to be able to deal with this and speak their minds. And anybody wanting to shut down freedom of speech, well, that's a whole nother problem.
Jackass. Thievery is happening in the studio here. There's thievery. So I just thought that was really interesting that Laura Ingraham decided to speak out against a kid. Kid says, hey, you know what? She has advertisers. They really shouldn't be, supporting her if she's going to support a person, if she's going to talk shit about a kid. And the advertisers went, huh, you know what?
You're
He's right.
That shit makes sense.
Bye-bye now.
Yeah.
And you know what? She lost Jenny Craig just now.
Oh, shit.
That was the fastest weight loss program I've ever seen in my life. Whoop!
Gone.
Just lost the whole corporation.
She lost the weight of the weight loss program.
Expedia, like a whole bunch. She lost about 10 advertisers in the course of 3 days. Now, this is what happened to O'Reilly. Yeah. your buddy,
Yeah.
Papa Bear.
Papa
Toast goes
Bear.
in, bread goes in, toast comes out. You can't explain that.
Explain that.
They crash like a self-driven car.
Oh, man.
Tesla.
Oh yeah, what happened there?
Just another one yesterday.
Yesterday.
I think it was in Denver. Yeah, this is a
Shit.
different one, and it killed the driver.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
really? This
Yeah,
is a
there
different
was
one.
a driver in it, but he wasn't. And by the way, they've already said that he should have probably had the wheel.
You think?
As he sits in he's told to get in this driverless vehicle. I don't blame him. I blame the driverless vehicle. But yeah, and this is not to be confused with the one from last week where they hit a lady that was pushing her bike across the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know.
Yeah,
about
this
that
one didn't kill anybody but the driver. It going down the freeway decided to barrel into the median.
Oh, awesome. Just
Yeah,
done.
You guys, you want to not take care of your kids. You want to not raise your kids. You don't want to teach them anything, and now you don't even want to drive your car.
Oh shit.
lazy motherfuckers.
Why are we so lazy? Because I can ask this question. I'm super lazy.
Right?
Super lazy.
Me too.
And a lot of times I'm too poor, don't have the cash to pay attention. But I don't know where this mental lapse is where we have to have driverless cars. What?
Yeah, no. That is the one
What are
thing
you
you don't
waiting
want
for to happen?
automated, dude.
Yes. What are you
Fuck
waiting
no.
for to happen?
That's a hard no for me,
What are
dude.
you doing that's so important? You really don't want to drive on your family trip. You don't want to take your family somewhere. Come on.
You want to
I'd
read
love
a
to
book?
drive.
Fucking buy the audiobook, you
But we
cheap
would
ass.
just keep coming up with new places to relinquish control.
Well, that's Americans. I'm sorry,
Exactly.
but
Totally.
offense meant it.
Right.
You know, that's Americans. They want to have everything handed to them with the least amount of resistance and the least amount of work. Like, why can't I have food now? You know, I
Right.
just walked into my house. Give me food.
It's increasing because speaking about not wanting anything in our way, EPA is rolling back everything.
Oh yeah.
Some of the only good things Obama did, they're rolling all that back. It's like we're lazy. We don't want safety and clean air to get in the way of profit.
Freedom.
You know what's gonna happen? Becky's little 2-year-old's gonna end up in a goddamn mine, and she's
Becky!
gonna go, "How did this happen?"
Becky,
It's because you didn't listen to the fucking mixtape.
Becky.
Yeah, Becky, you should have listened to the fucking mixtape, huh? He had hustle.
It was pure hustle.
It was pure hustle.
I wish
100%.
we could get some footage, some surveillance footage. I want to know. I want to see him secreting that in there, rolling the bag down. Oh no! I'll hand it out to the car. I'll hand him the Happy Meals for this car.
I got
You don't need it. You don't need to hold it.
No,
He doesn't want anybody
it's all
to get
good.
on.
It's all good.
I love it.
You know what? He's probably like playing his mixtape in the drive-through while he's handing it out.
You like that? It goes with your fries,
It's
doesn't
lit,
it?
right? It's
Yeah.
lit. It's fire.
Okay, let me bring a comparison. Hustle comparison. Someone that we relate to, the gentleman with the mixtape, hustling, secreting it into Happy Meals out of the McDonald's drive-thru. Is that the best hustle, or is this the best hustle? I can't even say it. The chief of the EPA.
Scott Pruitt.
Okay, Scott Pruitt, Mr. Pruitt,
Mr.
is renting a home for his family from his own energy lobbyist. Which, by the way, don't get it twisted. Lobbying is cool now for the last 10 years. It's totally legal. He's renting a home from his own lobbyist. Do you guys see where that goes? I mean, we see where that goes.
Yeah.
It's like
He might owe him a favor.
It's cannibalistic. It's like the lobbyist is eating itself eventually.
Well, or either that or he's...
Or
you know
Pruitt's eating himself
Do you
eventually.
know how the other lobbyists look at that lobbyist? They're like...
They're
dude,
like, golden
he's
God.
you the Jay-Z
You
Yeah.
are
of lobbyists.
They're
Yeah.
brushing
You
the dirt
ruined
off
lobbying.
his shoulders. That's
Okay.
what they're doing. They're like, let me get that for you, lobbyist boy. I'm
Right.
gonna wipe off your suit here, cause you the man.
And
what?
I'm telling you, I see it like this. That lobbyist's family was in the house. The EPA chief was looking for a place. He's like, honey, we get in the house. Get the kids, leave
Get
everything.
the fuck out!
Because that's how greedy a lobbyist is.
No,
He's
the
like,
lobbyist is like,
they're in the
going to
hotel.
you're going to go to the Seychelles
Right.
with Eric Prince and George Nader.
Oh, man. A lobbyist would divorce his family and send him off, just to keep his EPA chief happy. So which one's better? Which is the better
I don't
hustle?
know. That's
It's pure
that's
hustle.
pretty good.
It's pretty
I'm gonna
good.
go with
Pretty good
I'm
on the
going with
lobbyist
the guy.
thing.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going with the guy at McDonald's because he had to go from complete scratch, and the lobbyist has like
Yeah.
structures.
And
in
by the
place.
end of this show, we have to say his name. We have to know his name by the end of the show.
Oh yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Right? Hashtag get his CD.
Somebody hire that kid for marketing. Seriously.
Seriously, you gotta hire this guy. Tyshawn.
Tyshawn.
I love you, Tyshawn.
Tyshawn
You fucking
doing it.
badass motherfucker. And he's a handsome little critter too.
Look.
Look at him.
And look, he didn't even spell hustlers right.
Tyshawn Granger.
That's the website.
Tyshawn Granger. Tyshawn Granger, you are the fucking man.
Let me see if I can tell you the name of the mixtape. Tales of a Real...
Knock up!
Ninja?
I think it's Ninja. Tales of a Real Ninja was
Patty?
printed on the disc. Now, here's the thing. If he put the asterisks in there to edit it, I appreciate that. But look, on the disc with
It
a
was
Sharpie. That was
printed
my
on
thing,
the disc
boy.
with the Sharpie
Yeah.
marker.
Damn right.
I moved 5,000 with Sharpie markers.
Okay, let me do Becky. Okay. I bought my son a Happy Meal, and inside came a mysterious CD. And I, like any other parent, would assume the CD was for my children. But I played the CD in my car for my son while we drove home, and Jesus have mercy on Tyshawn. The mixtape was dreadful. Not only was it completely inappropriate, but it was also the weakest set of bars I've ever heard.
What? Okay, wait a minute.
I don't think Becky said that. Becky don't know what bars is. No.
But wait a minute.
Tyshawn.
What do we get?
Set of bars.
This whole thing's a setup. This whole thing's a setup.
Shit.
He knows Mrs. Pratt. Mrs. Pratt's clowning.
Oh, man.
We're all getting the CD. And I don't get goosebumps unless there's a conspiracy.
Oh, it's
Right.
a conspiracy theory.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Tyshawn Granger. Good job,
That
brother.
would be just straight up brilliance.
Brilliant.
If the whole thing was a fucking show.
I think the whole thing is.
that would be epic.
Who has, other than becoming manager and then owning your own McDonald's,
Okay.
what's the better second step once you start working at McDonald's? There is no better step than what Tyshawn just did.
Dude, right? Yeah.
And people say, well, how many did he sell? Oh, no, that's not the come up.
Not
No,
the point.
The come up, son. He's on our show right now.
You know Empty Mind.
Oh, yeah, he's probably
Dude, he's
still...
a hustling motherfucker. That
He's
guy
still
is
out there
outside,
doing shit
out
all
by
the time.
AM, PM all the time, hanging
And
out his
everywhere.
mixtape. All the time. I always see him. I love Empty Mind. Go get his CD, yo. Go get it.
I remember
See
he,
him
I remember he
tricking
brought
them
the
and buying
CD. He brought the CD to the radio station. And he's like, man, I shouted you out, Doc. I shouted you out. I'm like, well, one love. He's like, no, right at the beginning of the song, you the first person I shout out. I'm like, thanks, Amped. I appreciate that, man, because we're both artists here.
Yeah.
And I had an independent show, kind of like my sister here did. She had the rock show. I had the hip hop show. Indie Wednesday. Go and I play the song for sure. And it's my shout out was, yo, Doc Rock, man, play your boy.
Oh my god.
The song's like, I'm the real McCoy. And yo, hey, Doc Rock, man, play your boy. I'm like, that's kind of a shout out. Play.
It's not
Yeah, play.
quite.
It's kind of a request.
It's more of a
You know,
request.
You can say, you're super cool, Doc. But I appreciated the hustle. And I got 2 sticks of his vinyl, and we left it at that, right? He's a good hustle. Anybody that's hustling, and while they're hustling, putting their children first, I love them.
Word.
Love 'em.
He's a good dude. That guy. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's really improved his business structure. He's not booking fake gigs anymore and saying, Lil Wayne's coming to the Civic.
I remember that shit. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
But it's a beautiful thing. Any hustle is a good hustle.
I have no
Turn it
hustle.
off.
I have no
Yeah.
hustle.
Yeah.
Maybe we should explain that. That's weird.
The what?
The water.
Oh, well.
We live on the reservation. You have to turn it on and off, okay?
Yeah.
It's on, and then it's off.
The water is so toxic that you don't want it to always have access
No,
to your pipes.
it's bad. Corrosive.
We live on the reservation.
That's down. You've been. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Dude, I've had the worst couple days trying to talk. I was like, things haven't been coming out of my mouth right, and it's kind of what I do for a living,
Right.
so it's been bad.
But that is true. You're paid to have the gift of gab.
The gift of gab is the
Silver
gift
tongue
that I
assassin.
have.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll try to say this. Alto Sterling's
Alton
murderous
Sterling's
cop got fired.
murderous cop got fucking fired.
That's
He
it?
should
Fired?
be
That's
imprisoned.
It only took him how long was that? Now we're not talking about Stephen Clark. Let's not confuse him. But this is Alton Sterling, and the cop. It took him
3 years.
2.5, 3 years
Yeah,
to
that was
fire the
about 3
guy.
years ago, Alton Sterling.
But it took them that long too to let go of some of the new footage too, and it's super disturbing.
One of the things that I have been really impressed with about the Never Again movement, the walkout march, and all
Yes.
this, the March for Our Lives, there it is, is a lot of our veterans who have been actually like talking really candidly about the police. And do you guys know what an ROE is? Do you know what the ROE is? Rules of engagement.
Oh yes, okay.
Military people talk about ROE a lot, and that is like that's what is expected when you go into enemy combatants' territories, right? Rules of engagement. And they're saying that the ROE here has been totally twisted and messed up. Like the way that people the way that the police have shot unarmed young black men violates the ROE. It violates rules of engagement in war, let alone within civilian life. And it's wrong because the rules of engagement say you have to be getting fired at to fire
their whole
back.
thing is to escalate. It's 100% escalate when they get on any scene.
Yeah.
Always.
And I mean, and you see it, it's like, oh my God. A security guard will get fired if you talk to anybody like that, let alone, they're escalating it because they're in the mood to murder. I should have realized that. Of course, they're not missing steps in their procedure. They're taking it there because they want to go there. They want to shoot somebody.
It's so wrong. It's disgusting. And it's happening more and more, and it seems like we're going to a fever pitch here, and nobody cares.
Well,
Except for, the people who are on the ground, and then they get vilified for standing up for literal murder.
right, and the money that family is going to see now that guy got fired, the lawsuit better come. The money's never going to change it.
No.
And people are already mad about the money they're getting. Oh, they're going to get money. They,
Does that bring back your child?
They really like
Does
the
that
other
change
son.
the fucking methods?
Right.
No. I mean...
Does it take back all of the, every time you see a cop, you're going to start sobbing with PTSD? For real. I mean, that is a serious thing. Can you imagine? Like, take yourself out of your, happy, comfortable life and try to imagine every time you saw a police officer, you thought you were going to get murdered.
Yeah.
How comfortable would you feel? Because I see about 14 cops a day. Yeah. I mean, that's some heavy shit.
Right.
And I'm scared of them. I'm frightened of them. And I have a lot of white privilege.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've dealt with the same officer, the same CHP guy, when my car broke down on one of these back highways, back highway going out towards the coast. And the way he treated me because my car broke down. Yeah. Okay. Dealt with him about 6 months later in my little town that I live in, right? He came to take a police report because there was a fender bender. But there was more people around. The way he acted, I mean, it was the difference. You only see that much polar opposites in a psychopath.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, he had a different voice. he talked softer. He didn't have any bass in his voice. And he talked to everybody, engaged everybody, real nice. But when we were out there on that road and my car broke down, which is a horrifying sin, oh my God, I thought, it got very, very tense. Well, I'll just leave it at that. But this is who's testing well enough to be a CHP. This is who's testing well enough to be law enforcement, where they have a psychological gap like that.
Well, that's what they want.
I'm the same guy.
Right. He's
Same
not.
car.
Yeah.
He's not.
You're really, really different.
Weird. That is a trip.
I've seen it a lot.
I mean, you have to be afraid of people that can make a left turn like that psychologically. And to think, oh, you're getting this, for other people, thinking I might get a speeding ticket or probably going to die. It's got to be hard.
It's disgusting.
And I mean, it's a good sign that they arrested the cop got fired, but I meant to say, why wasn't he arrested? Because the same reasons for firing should support the reasons for arresting him for murder.
No shit.
That's what I think. That's the opinions of the kitchen sink.
Don't be ridiculous.
That's everybody's opinion, right?
Don't be ridiculous. You can't arrest a police officer. They do no wrong.
The funny thing to me is they should be held to a higher standard because of their training.
Yes.
I mean, come on. If a criminal sophisticate gets a higher charge because they knew better, they knew not to do the crime so that you can be hit with an extra charge. Criminal sophisticate. You knew better.
Right.
Well, cop knows better on their training. So they should be held to a higher standard.
I agree.
So their firing should be hand in hand with criminal proceedings.
And if you've got military people who are saying that this is against the rules of engagement for war, then we've got a serious problem that we need to obviously address, aggressively. And we won't because we've got an idiotic administration who doesn't give a shit about anything but itself. Truly.
Well, but Trump is going to make April Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Oh, really? Is he really? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't heard about this. I just got up. See?
I didn't know how to tell you because I didn't know if you'd hit. I didn't know if you'd hit me.
No.
But
no. What the fuck?
The audacity of him to even say that.
He should not be allowed to speak to women, let alone about them.
Active lawsuits just looming.
Tons of them. Not just like a lawsuit, but like tons. He's got a defamation suit. He's got this NDA thing with the storm of all storms, Stormy fucking Daniels, who I love, by the way. Stormy 2020!
She would delegate leadership better than Trump would.
She's smarter than Trump is. I don't know if you've seen her Twitter, but she corrects people's spelling, and it's funny because people are like, "You're a skank," and she's like, SKANK. That's how you spell that, douchebag. I love her. And her lawyer is like, he's using all of Trump's tactics against him. Just complete sensationalism, always on the news, completely keeping this in the public's eye, just totally dominating the news cycle, constantly saying, oh really, well I have this, do you? Because I haven't seen anything. But does he? I don't know. Maybe.
The more Trump doesn't name her, the more you know it's true.
Absolutely.
Because he knows, even his dumb self knows that stuff's going to be used against you in court. Everything you say. Everything. And he's got a mouth.
Oh God, I hope that he goes to see our friend Robert Mueller. It's not Mueller, by the way, Harnedy. It's Mueller. Sharon Harnedy.
Inbreeding is rough.
I know.
Inbreeding
What's with that guy's
rough.
head? His head is an actual square, and his hair doesn't. It's the weirdest helmet.
No,
head.
you know where he got that? Lego. That's Lego hair.
That's right. He doesn't.
You know the hair that just comes off in one piece and it's all the same haircut? He's got that.
That is, Lego hair.
Handy's got Lego hair.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The whole world's fucking gone to hell in a handbasket. I don't even know what I was going to talk about this week, besides the fact that the march was in our little podunk hillbilly town, well attended, more than 500 people, 5 to 1,000 people.
And there was one in the morning that was very small, and I saw how the negative people just swarmed on it, like, they thought it was great that it was small, and I just chimed in. I'm just like, there's going to be one tonight. And I hope that those younger people that were at that morning one, I hope they came back to the one at night.
It was very well attended, and there were a few anti-protesters, meaning a few, probably 4.
Like 4 or 5, maybe.
I mean, in this town, this really
there
pro-gun town, I thought that it was going to be a big deal, and that's why I went, because I'm a seasoned protester, and these kids aren't, and I could have dealt with those fuckers pretty easily and diplomatically. I'm not saying I would have been combative. I would have been able to,
verbally
combat those people while the kids went by. That's my job. That's what I do. I'm not afraid of counter-protesting.
Right.
So I thought, I'm not going to be able to march the whole way and do all that. Might as well go down there and make sure there's no trouble, because I'm a mouthy bitch and I have no problem, and everybody in this town knows I have no problem.
No problem.
Not one. And actually, they just stood there and they looked rather deflated, would be the phrase I would use. Rather deflated, because they were like, with their little flags and their little signs, and they were like, because there was tons of people just pouring into the area where the other protesters were. Or, people are tired of watching their kids get shot to death, to be quite honest. Because some amosexuals want to play John Wayne.
Yeah, right. There's no explaining the psychotic behavior. But, yeah, we just want people with mental problems not to get weaponry.
Is that too much to ask?
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
And if, the amount of bullets that come out of your rifle melt the barrel, that might be quite a bit.
Yeah.
You might not need that, but, I don't know. But allow these people to express themselves, freedom of speech, and don't hate on the kids for marching.
That's the thing. Like, when did that stop? Like, the counter-protest, you know what I mean? Like, both, when did this stop? Like, the idea that America has only one room for one view. Like, that's bullshit.
Well, and we also stopped in the middle of the 70s. All of a sudden, they took my favorite thing as a little kid about America. They took the melting pot thing away. They stopped saying that. I'm like, that's what's cool about this place. We got cool people from everywhere, man. Everywhere. All kinds. Yeah.
Everywhere.
It's more like a quilt.
And now it's like, it's immigrants
what it
and
became.
this and that.
It stopped being the melting pot, and they
I'd
started...
only heard it as the melting
No,
pot.
they started saying
up.
it's more like a quilt, because we have our... And that's what happened, was we stopped being the melting pot, and we started being more like a quilt, where we have our own separate borders for our own people, and we're next to one another. But they didn't realize that when they said the quilt thing.
Yeah.
The 80s and 90s were all about the quilt thing. And they were saying that we're all part of America, but we have our own identities. And that's, I think, when things started to get that,
wonky.
And, not just that, but... And for me, as an indigenous person, I think this is all fantastic. Fucking burn Nero Fiddle.
Right.
I'm loving it, but...
My cousin's name is Nero.
Fiddle, motherfucker, fiddle!
Nero was crazy.
Watch it burn! Nero probably wasn't fiddling while Rome burned. That's probably not quite true, but
right.
That's just the teacher in me. I can't help it. He was a fiddler, but he probably wasn't actually fiddling while Rome burned.
He liked to light up his property at night with Christians, burning Christians nightly.
Why not?
As like human-sized candles. Not great, not cool.
Dude, that's what they did then, though.
Well,
no worries.
It's just we've been doing that to each other for so long, treating each other like crap. Yep.
It's what we do. It's what we do.
Ah!
Giant dog.
Come go home.
No.
That's right. We are animal lovers.
We are.
Oh, have you guys made any progress in your garden, or looking towards it?
No.
I'm about to start doing all my lettuce. We bring it up because we want gardening advice. We are the kitchen sink, but we're sometimes in the garden.
Might be kind of. Oh, you're up there. All right. I was gonna say it might be too hot for lettuce, but
you're up there.
You're way up in the way up.
Yeah.
So you can do lettuce. Yep, it's time. It's time to plant
Cool. We'll
stuff.
do the tomatoes. Let's make some fucking salad.
Salad. The best salad has pepperoni and olives in it.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I think it's not really a salad.
No, it's
then.
pizza then. Yeah.
It's an
You're
exploded
just drinking
pizza.
a pizza.
Yeah, it's like you just threw your pizza at the salad the salad bar and it exploded.
Jesus.
So we've been a little out there this show.
It's the kitchen sink. That's why. It's
But
why
I gotta get out of here right at the top of the hour today because I'm gonna go purchase my Walmart insurance.
What is that?
Walmart's buying like one of the biggest insurance companies,
Who is?
and you're gonna be able to go get your insurance at Walmart. Well, don't you want Walmart insurance?
No.
No, I don't either.
We're getting things from weird places these days.
Walmart is doing everything, and that's it's dangerous.
That's weird. That's
Well, and you remember from our show a few years ago,
much
because
consolidation,
we've
man.
consistently been on the air for years.
Yeah, that's true.
But we covered the fact that Walmart was one of the first ones to embrace the GMOs in all their products when they went over to the food carrying the vegetables.
Don't shop at fucking Walmart, man.
Right.
Why are you going to Walmart?
I'm not. I
Ah.
just said that to be funny.
Okay, just saying.
Content.
Don't go to Walmart. I don't even buy like clothing there or
Right.
anything. And
Well,
that's-
I did one time. It wasn't that. It was Kmart.
Kmart's
No, it wasn't.
different.
It was the 99-cent store.
That's
I got my
different.
rap style at the 99-cent store. Sometimes, yeah, we'll get a new rap style there
Oh man.
because they're cheap, and they're really whack. But it's a beautiful teeny out.
It is a great U.S. tradition, censorship and oppression.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and the funny thing is that the great U.S. tradition of propaganda has like superseded that even further because we've had the American dream for so long that people have just been brainwashed by that, and the only people who believe that shit are immigrants, by the way. So if you want to like kill America, then kill the immigrants coming in because you're killing the American dream by killing your immigrants. Because nobody else believes in that shit. Nobody else comes here to work hard and try to fucking get ahead because we all know we're fucked.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of older Americans that are just had everything, their whole lives they've been accepted members of the society. They just want their own little cubby spot for themselves and just go off and be in a little corner. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to contribute. They don't. The immigrants do all that.
Yeah.
They open up the stores. They try the hardest. They send the money back.
Yeah.
They do their best. And why do we have a problem with that? That's how our relatives got here. By working here and sending a little bit of money back and saving up for the... some of our relatives.
Well, I saw you pointed at him. I got it. No, and some of my relatives, too, because I'm mixed blood. I'm not all the way native. Like, nobody is all the way native. Very, very few
Well,
people
right. The
are
Native
all the way
Americans
native.
came here and stole the land from the caveman. I mean, that's
have
part
to
of the
hit you
story.
now?
That's part of the story that nobody talks
Yeah, we
about.
came over on the land bridge, dude.
The land. Wait a minute. I made that up. Are there people that believe what I just said?
Yes.
Oh, see, I didn't
There
even
are,
know
and
that.
that
I thought I made that up.
yes, they say that we came over on the land bridge and took the land
Whoa.
because that devalues our claim to being the original people. No, but you came on the land
Right.
bridge. Motherfucker, have you seen the population of North and South America when it was contacted by
Right.
the white people, the European settlers? Fuck off. There's no goddamn way. You know what my origin story says for my people? We came from the South. The South. Not the North. And we're located in where? Tennessee, Georgia. We came from the South. not the North. So if the land bridge theory worked, then our
Right.
fucking origin stories would come from the North.
Well, I'm glad you crushed that. Because I had no idea that there was people that even thought that.
I've been fighting the land bridge theory
what the
for
hell?
days, dude.
I was trying to be
And-
obnoxious.
You stole the land from the king.
There's actually carbon
no matter which
dated,
way you came from.
carbon dated shit, like all kinds of there's a carbon date like cave that was carbon dated like hundreds of thousands of years before the land bridge theory could even have been possible. So, you know, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So take that, caveman.
Yeah. All right.
Captain
Let's
Caveman.
We're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna end the show a little early today because
I'm going to go pick up some Walmart insurance. I'll let you kids know about it next week.
Yep.
See if I have to shake hands with the Illuminati to get it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it
it's
goes.
more like the Walton family, but okay. Well, they are the Illuminati.
Walton Mart.
All right.
Well, thank you for tuning in, folks.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We will see you next week. We've been trying to do the replay, but it's not been working out because we've had shit to do on Thursdays, so
Yeah.
it's been dumb. We'll try again sometime.
If popular demand demands it, popularly,
Yeah.
we will popularly do that.
We know what we know, and the unknowns we don't know, and we can only know what we know, not the unknowns.
We don't even know what we don't know, but if we did know what we didn't know, then it wouldn't.
We would know the
We would
unknowns.
know.
So figure it out as these figures get out.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Kitchen sink out.
The kitchen sink. With gear.
There was just kittens and fucking puppies and rainbows and bunnies. Bad.
How can you edit out a Pegasus?
Red.
I like unicorn.
And Doc.
Loose cannon! What have you got yourself into, man?
Everything.
And the kitchen sink.
Just sitting around freaking hanging out.
You
It's
know,
kind of like the Newsweek.
there's not much going on
It
in
was
the news.
just the news was just kind of hanging out.
You know, I've thought that the president being investigated by the FBI was kind of normal. You know, that's happened before,
It
hasn't it?
has.
That's happened before,
That makes
right?
it normal. Yeah, that happened before.
The kitchen sink.
Thursdays at 8 p.m.